uh, the, the session yesterday was very helpful, and I learned a lot, and I am very glad with this opportunity. Yes, it helped a lot.
Thank you very much,
Thank you so
Sanelia.
much.
We appreciate it. We really appreciate it. If of course, if there's anything, let us know.
So it's been a pretty lousy Sunday morning, I believe. So all of you are requested to take a cup of coffee or take a sip of tea and return to our session. So all the recordings would be uploaded to our YouTube channel. I would request everyone to follow our YouTube channel. There we'll get to see all the uploads, all the videos. Meanwhile, we just wanted to update one more thing as well. Those of you who are looking for full-time, programs to join with us, probably you can reach to Mr. Giovanni. Mr. Giovanni, probably you can drop your email ID and details so that they can reach out to you, and we can plan a batch. Minimum batch requirement is around 8, 10 to 15 participants, so that you can make a batch and we can start the program from basic to advanced level.
Yes, no, indeed. Thank you, Shaina.
What I feel is, in the interest of time, maybe we should, get started.
All right. So before we dive into today's session, I want to take a moment again to recognize and thank Mr. Giovanni, who is our business, collaboration partner, and we are beyond grateful for this partnership. And you have really, empowered us and made a difference. So we would like to give you a round of applause, and may I request everybody to give a round of applause to Mr. Giovanni.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Sheetal. Thank you, Shwana. All right, then I'll give it over to you, Sheetal. Wishing everyone the very best today, and feel free to ask questions. It is an interactive session, so feel free to ask questions if there are any. So good luck today, and Sheetal, over to you.
Thank you so much. So we shall quickly start. So we brushed up with the basics of Excel, how to see the version of Excel, the rows, the columns, the cell number. We also did a few functionality and features of Excel. We went through flash fill, and we also went through some great features of paste special. So I hope it is clear, and if you have any doubts, you can feel free, to let know before we proceed further.
I wanted to add something. Yesterday we had an issue with a Mac user.
Oh,
Um, yes, the
yes,
Control and
yes.
E. Uh, with Mac users, they use Command and E instead of Control and E. Perhaps that can help today. So, yes.
Yes, so today we shall be doing, a great fundamental concept in Excel. So, are you all aware about cell referencing? Would anybody like to answer what is cell referencing?
That's when, in example, you use a function and you want to reference it to a value in another cell. You can use it, for example, you reference a function to a cell B12.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're right. So, see, every cell in Excel has its own location and address, correct? So, instead of typing, values into formulas, you can use cell references. So, by default, Excel, gives us relative referencing only. Okay, so we will go through. I'll just quickly share in my chat what these are. We will look at three types of referencing. One is relative referencing, the other is absolute referencing, and mixed referencing. So I will share it on the chat box. Can you all check this cell referencing if you've received it in the chat box? Have you all received it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so could you open that sheet? Okay. So by default, Excel, uses relative referencing. That is, can you see this table here, which is, which has certain numbers in this particular table? Are you able to? Okay, I'll just share my screen. Are you able to view my screen?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Great. So Can you see this table that has a set of numbers in each of the cell?
Yes.
Okay. So in relative referencing, what happens? This is a default feature of Excel. So if I want to just copy this entire table here, I just need to put equal to and press this, and I need to refer to this cell. And once I refer to this cell, I can quickly drag and fill them. So this is how relative referencing works. You'll be able to, this is the default feature of Excel where the numbers would just get copied. Would you like to try it?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
done.
Great. So all you need to do is, I'll take you through again. So you just need to refer, put equal to sign here and just refer to this one particular cell. And once you click that and use the, just drag and drop, you will be able to copy that entire table. Is this part clear?
Yes.
Yes, it's
Okay.
clear.
Okay.
Yes.
So, relative referencing works well when you, when the if you have a tax rate and that does not change. So it is easy to quickly refer to that cell, and you will be able to get the values. Just give me a minute. Okay. Now, suppose I want to find the price and quantity of this. So what is the total here? I just need to press quantity into price, and that gives me the result. And when I just drag and drop down, you will see you'll get the values for each and everything without having to redo the formula. So this is one example of relative reference. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please
Okay.
repeat it?
Okay.
Yes, please.
When you work on relative referencing, it is the default feature of Excel. So by default, you can, Excel offers us relative referencing as a feature. So when you want to calculate, the total of the product here. So what is the total of the product? You just need to calculate the value for one particular cell. So you just press equal to and multiply the quantity into the price here. And all you need to do is just double click on this arrow here and you'll get the values for the other cells. So this is the feature of relative referencing. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now we will try to understand what is absolute referencing. See, now if I want to calculate the bonus amount along with the salaries of employees, which is given here at 15%, correct? So if I try to use relative referencing here, that's if I try to multiply this into the tax rate given, I get it correct for the first cell. But when I proceed down, it's taking reference of that particular cell and we get some errors. So to avoid these kind of errors when we refer, we need to add a dollar symbol. We need to freeze. We need to lock that particular row and column. And, that's how it works. So for example, this is an example of absolute referencing wherein the values will change. Okay. So here you can't use relative referencing. So you will have to take the tax slab here, and the shortcut key to include referencing, you need to put a dollar sign here before the column. You can see this particular column E50, the row and the column will be freezed, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but instead of doing that, I'll just teach you a shortcut key. So after you multiply this salary to the tax rate given here, you need to just press F4 and you'll get the dollar symbols immediately on that particular cell. And this dollar symbol shows that even your row, this particular row has been, locked, and the column has also been locked. So 50 refers to the row. The dollar before the number is the row being freezed, and the dollar before the column alphabet, that is the column getting freezed. So once you do that, you will get the value for 1, and just double click here. You will not get any errors. And this is what absolute referencing is about. Are you people trying it? Any doubts? Any doubts?
It worked.
It worked? Okay. I will give you a shortcut key for that. You just refer to this particular cell D53, put the multiplication sign, that is the asterisk, and just click here and press F4, function key F4. And then you see that the dollar symbols. Are you able to get it?
Yes, clear.
Good. So now there is another kind of referencing. Okay, now
When I press F4, it doesn't work after I selected the percentage. When I then select F4, it doesn't give me the dollar signs.
but F4 definitely gives the dollar sign. Can you just retry it once, or can you just share your screen so I can just see it?
Is it maybe the FN function on the keyboard? Because I needed to use that also.
Yes,
It's
that's correct.
Is everybody able to get
I'll
this?
try that now.
You got it? Raya, are you there?
Yes, it worked. I
It
needed to select the FN function first.
Okay, so it's clear, right? Okay, so this is what we do when we have absolute referencing, when we get errors, because every time the cell value changes depending on the relative reference, and it won't work for certain cases. So you will understand it immediately gives you an error. So that is when it's a signal that you need to go ahead for absolute referencing. And we have something called mixed referencing. So, does anybody know what mixed referencing is about?
Because you're using different percentages.
Yes, good. So it was the same percentage earlier. So you had to freeze the row and the column together. Now in mixed referencing, here you can see that the slab rates are different for the tax, the percentage rate, and even their salaries are different. So can you all quickly delete this particular values? I will just quickly take you through how to do it. Have you cleared the values on this first particular screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So here you can see that the salary rates are different for each and every employee. Sorry, it just got stuck somewhere. Just give me a moment, please. Great. So I'll just share it with you. So here the salaries are different, and you can see that the tax slabs are also different. So you need to freeze the particular, you know, column here, because the column values are different here. So in the first cell, when you take, you will have to freeze only the column value. So you need not press F4, then you will have to just put it on the column. That is what you're freezing. And then multiply this with this particular rate. And here you need to freeze the particular row. And you will see, you will get the values. And not just that, even if I delete these and I just have to drag here, you will get the values automatically. So here we are freezing this particular column because the salary rates are different, and we are freezing this particular slab rate. So that is how your values will differ. So, and once you double click, you will be able to get all the values here. Are you all trying?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you able to get it? Do you have any doubts? See, when the dollar sign is placed before the alphabet, it says that the column is locked. And here, the row will be locked. You can see we have locked this particular row, which is E70. That is the tax slab here. And here, because the salary structures are different, so we have locked the column. In this kind of a scenario, you will not be able to use relative or absolute referencing, and you will have to use mixed cell referencing. Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Yes.
Okay. So why is cell referencing important? Anybody would like to answer?
You want to change something, for example, the 15%, you can do it.
Great. So it makes your formulas dynamic. So
Yes.
one, it makes your formulas dynamic. It saves you time, and then you have a structured spreadsheet with no error values in it. Otherwise, you will get something called value not applicable. That kind of pop-ups will be there. So to avoid that, we use mixed cell referencing. So I will give you to prepare. This is an example of mixed cell referencing, and these are tables from 2 to 12. So I would like you to do this as a homework, and then in case you're not able to do it, then you can always reach out to us, and we should be able to help you. Would you take this as an assignment?
Yes.
Okay. So you can see it just works like the above case here. Here, because your numbers are different, so you will have to, freeze this particular column, that is column D. And once you want to multiply it with this particular different numbers, then you will have to freeze that particular row as well.
I see that I'm getting different values. I think that I'm doing something wrong.
Okay, please share your
Yes,
screen.
me too. When I
Okay,
copied to
okay.
next two columns.
Okay, could you please share your screen?
I need to be allowed to share.
Yes, yes. One sec. You can just share your screen now. Are you able to? Yes.
Yes, so I put the equal sign in and I choose this value, right?
Yes. Put the dollar sign before the column. That is D. Just don't put full F4, because that will freeze the row as well as the column. Here we are
Oh,
trying to freeze either the row or either the column. So if you can see here, the salary structures are changing. Each and every employee has a different salary. And that you multiply it with this tax slab, 15% here. Just go and refer to this cell. Yes, and put a dollar sign. No, not before the column here. If you see 15% is on a particular row. So you'll have to put the dollar
yes.
sign after the letter E. That is when you're freezing the
Oh,
row. So put the
I get it
dot.
now.
Yes, now you just press enter. Can you just retry?
It should be
This is what I meant to
B75.
do.
It should be B75.
Oh,
You just click on that. Yes. Now you press the dollar sign before the column. That is D. Multiply it with the tax slab and freeze that particular row.
it's good like so?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Now you drag it either to the right, it will take the values according to different tax percent, and come and click it down, you will get the values for each and every different salary with a different tax slab. Hey,
Okay,
great,
great.
you got
Thank you.
that.
Yeah.
I hope it's clear.
Yes, very clear. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. So is everyone clear with this? Someone else also asked, right? They were not able to get this.
Yes, I figured it out. It
Figured it out?
went this time, yeah.
Great. So the next one is an assignment for you all, the multiplication tables. Okay. Okay, so you all do that, and the table, there is a multiplication table below. So it's similar to the one that you people did just now with different slab rates. So just try that and get back to us. Would you people do it?
Yes.
Great. So you have to keep reinforcing these, once you keep practicing this, it will be a wonderful tool, and it'll, give you dynamic formulas and, structured spreadsheets, and it'll also save a lot of time. So a few things that I would like to, tell you in Excel. Okay. Now, when I type, are you able to see my screen?
Not yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet. Okay. Okay.
No.
I'll just share. Okay. I'm sharing now. Are you able to see?
Yes.
Yeah.
In Excel, when I type any number or I say an alphanumeric text like hello 123, you will see that text are always aligned to your left hand side. These are some basic things that you should know when you work on Excel. And when I type any numbers like random numbers, you will see that numbers are aligned to the right hand side. Clear?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
And let us type today's date. So it's 23/02/2025. You will see the dates are also considered as numbers in Excel, and hence they are aligned to the right hand side. And when you have Boolean values or logical values like true or false, they will be centrally aligned in Excel. Like if I type false, you will see that true and false automatically come to your center. Would you all want to try this on your screen?
Yes.
Just try it. Any text or alphanumeric text will be aligned to the left-hand side. Numbers and dates are aligned to the right-hand side. The dates are also considered as numbers in Excel. And Boolean values like true and false are centrally aligned. Clear? Even if I type my mobile number, it will get aligned to the right-hand side. So this is clear with all of you?
Yes, it's clear.
Great. So today we will also, now that you have learned cell referencing, we shall take up a very important function in Excel, that is VLOOKUP. So would you like to try that today?
Yes.
Great. So I will share my file and you can open this VLOOKUP data. Have you all received it in your chat box?
Yeah.
Great. So since you all have worked on cell referencing, we can work with this data. So what is VLOOKUP? So VLOOKUP is an important function in Excel. It is very useful as it looks up for values vertically in a table. V stands for vertical, hence it looks at values vertically in a table. So I'll just share my screen. Okay. So let us say we are trying to find out, we have a data here which says the name of the employee's email ID, which department they work in, and what is their salary. So this is just a small data. It would be very helpful when you have large data also. So let us say you are taking this particular employee. Okay, and we want to find out what his department and salary is with the help of VLOOKUP. So when you type equal to VLOOKUP, it will give you the syntax of VLOOKUP first, if you can see below. So here you're looking up for what value? You're looking up for this particular employee. And then from where are you looking? From what table? What is the array? What is the range? So you click on this particular thing and press F4 because this will freeze your cells. Then you need the department, right? So you need to consider one column as number one, like A is 1, employee email is in the second column, and the department is in the third column. So we press 3 because it is in the third column. And here we have something called range lookup. So here you are looking for the exact match. So either you can click on false button here, or the value for false is 0. And then when you click, you will get the department. That this particular employee works in the marketing department. Similarly, would you all like to try for salary? Is everyone there?
What did you do after you selected the third column of department? The department column?
Third, okay. The syntax says that first what is your lookup value? So I'll redo this so that we can all be together. Okay. So you just put equal to, put VLOOKUP. Okay. What is your lookup value? You need for this particular employee, just click on this particular employee. Next, you need to choose your table, the range from where you want the data. Okay. And press F4 so that it freezes your row and columns. Then you want the department of that particular employee. So the name is in the first column, the employee email is in the second column, and the department is in the third column, and salary is in the fourth column. But currently we want the department of this particular employee. So we are pressing 3 because department is in the third column. And then we are looking for the exact match of this employee. So either you press false, but the value for false in Excel is 0. So either you can put false or 0, and that gives you the exact match, and close the parenthesis and press enter, you will get the department of that particular employee. Easy?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, now I'm putting another employee name here. What will I do? Will I redo the entire procedure? No, I just need to drag and drop because I've already freezed my cells here. I've done absolute referencing for the cells. So it will exactly give me the match for the next particular employee. So that makes work simple. So we got to know that this particular employee works in the human resource department. Now, let us say we want to know the salary of this particular employee. So again, we can use VLOOKUP. Okay, we refer to this particular employee. Okay, and then you need to select the table again, the table from where you're looking up the value, and then freeze it. Press F4 immediately so that whenever you type the next particular employee, if you drag and drop, you will get even their values. Then the column index number. So here we can see that the salary is in the fourth column, the name is in the first column, the email is in the second column, the department is in the third column, and the salary is in the fourth column. So you have to put number 4 because we are referring to column number 4. And since we are looking at an exact match, either you can put false or 0 and close the parenthesis and press enter. You will get to know that he has a salary of 1 lakh per month. And next, for the next candidate, I don't have to again put VLOOKUP again and again. Now I have used absolute referencing, and when I double click down, you will see that the next employee salaries get updated automatically. Are you all trying?
Yes.
It's a great feature. Please try it. In fact, this is one of the basic things. The new ones are also, we also have horizontal lookups and X lookups, which we can take in our intermediate to advanced classes, further. So you can give your names to Mr. Giovanni for further Excel classes, and we can take this up then. But today we will be doing VLOOKUP. So anybody has any doubts here in VLOOKUP? So if I'm taking another employee, let's say I take Prerna Chaudhary and I put her name here and I just double click, I get to know she works in the IT department and this is her salary. If I just do it for one person, it makes our work easy. Clear? Are you all getting it? Are you all trying?
It worked.
It worked? Great. Anyone else? Anybody has any kind of doubts? Self-referencing is very important. That's why you can see if I hadn't put referencing in my first cell, I would have immediately got an error. I'm just removing these locked cells just to show you. And if I drag and drop, because I've already put the formula here, it's okay. But generally it gives you an error like, value error like this. So it will not come, and, so it's very important that you freeze the cells. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So please, practice these kind of, in different datas. If you can try, you will, reinforce this better, and it'll really help you further. So it's not just for the session, but you need to keep practicing all this. So it'll work wonders for you all. So anybody can tell me, text are right aligned, left aligned, centrally aligned? Who gives me the answer? Anyone?
Just left
X
align.
is left align.
Left
Left align.
Great, great. What about
Numbers.
numbers?
Numbers right align.
Right.
right align.
What about
Dates.
dates?
Dates
Right
are
align.
right
Right.
align. And
And the Boolean value.
Boolean or
All
center.
values are center.
Wonderful. Big round of applause to all of you. So I'm glad that you all are, paying attention and focusing well. So that's great. So any doubts in VLOOKUP? Any doubts in
No,
VLOOKUP?
ma'am.
Clear. Thank you.
No,
Great,
ma'am.
great, great. So another thing that I would like to try with all of you is some statistical functions or COUNTIF, SUMIF. Which one would you like to try today? COUNTIF, SUMIF, AVERAGEIF? Okay, I'll just share with you a file. You will receive one in your chat box. So once you receive it, received?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Please open that particular file. It's a very useful function. At least try 1 or 2 formulas today, and the rest you can try by yourself also. So please open it. I will also, and please delete all the, I'll just share my screen. Okay. So kindly delete these values. Hang on, my screen. Yes. So here we are doing some important, data analysis using sum of the sales, average sales of the employee, count of the sales, max and min. Okay. So you will see that you have your data to the left. You have the date here. Are you able to view my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So you have the date here, you have the sales representative, you have the product they have sold, the units, the region, and sales. And when you're working on such a large data, I would request not to use this kind of mouse up and down, because see, when you go down, you'll not know where it is. So what you need to do here is just press shift, control, and down arrow. You will know up to where the data is. So we have a data of about 9,971 rows. Okay. Use shift, control, and down. And shift, control, up will take you back to the same place. So here we want to know sales of this particular sales representative. Okay. So to use sum of sales, you need to use this particular formula called sum if. What formula do you use?
Sum if.
Sum if. Okay. So here they are asking you for each and individual representative, what is the sum of sales? So what you need to do is type this particular, formula sum if. Okay. See, there's a difference between sum if and sum ifs. Okay. So sum ifs, we will take it up, when we go further. So before that, you need to understand sum if. When we are only trying to find, one criteria of the employee, like we want to know the sum of sales only for this particular employee. But sum ifs is used when you have multiple criterias, like Rachana is the sales representative, how many units she has sold, how many sales she has done, how many products she has sold. So when you have multiple criterias, only then you use sum ifs. But for now, since it's our basic course, we will stick to sum if. So you have to use sum if. What is the range of the this thing? So you have to select the range. Okay. Yes. So the sales representative in this particular range, so you just select that particular thing and immediately freeze it. Okay. Then the formula says criteria. What's your criteria? You're going by the sales representative. Her name is Rachna. So you need, that is your criteria. You don't want for all the sales representative. You want it for Rachna. And then what is the sum of the sales? That is in the sales range, correct? So you need to click here on the sum of sales. And then again, freeze your rows and columns. Okay, so I come here to the formula bar and I can freeze it. Okay, and when I close the parenthesis, this will give me the sales amount for this particular employee. And when I drag and drop, it will give me the sales for the other employees. Would you like to try it? Any doubts?
What is the second part after you freeze the employees, the sales representative?
Okay. So the first criteria, see, if you see at the formula itself here, it gives you the syntax, correct? So when you use sum if, it's first asking you for the range. What's your first range? You're looking at the sales employees. So that's your sales range, okay, from the table. That is, if you see C, the column number C, you have to choose and freeze it. And then what is the exact criteria? What is the exact match? So that is Rachana, this particular salesperson. And then the sum range. What is the total of the sum? So this, if you select and, again, press the referencing and close it, you will get the value. Is everybody getting it? Any doubts? Any difficulty? Would you want me to explain it again?
It's clear.
Clear? Now for average of sales, the same thing you are doing, but instead of sum if, you will be using average if. Average ifs again is used for multiple criteria. Average if when you have only one particular criteria, like you're looking at the average of the sales done by a particular employee. So you use average if and then select the same range. That is your sales representative. F4 to freeze the rows and columns. And then what is the criteria? This particular salesperson is is your criteria. And then again, you need to look at the sum of sales, as in the sales done by the employees. So once you do that and apply F4 and close it, here you will get the average of the sales done by Rachana. So her sum value, the total sales that she has done is 5,16,000 and the average is 5667.35, and you just double click on this and it gets filled for all the other employees. That is why, that is the importance of cell referencing. Clear? Are you all trying? Any doubts? Please feel free
It's
to ask.
clear. Mhm.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now the next, let me just share my screen. Okay. Now we want the count of sales. To know the count of sales of each employee, we use this particular formula, which is count if, the function count if. Okay. And here, you do not have multiple criteria. You only have your range. What are you looking at? What range are you looking at? The sales representative and the count of how many items she has sold. So here, you have to just choose this particular sales representative column, freeze it, and your criteria is only one employee here, and then close. You will get the count of sales done by this particular employee. Clear? You need not take the sum range here because it makes no sense. You only need to know the total items sold by this particular sales representative. Are you trying? Here you have only two criteria in count. One is the table, the range of the sales representative column, and which particular sales representative you're looking at. That's your criteria. Clear? Any doubts so far? Any doubts?
I need some help. I am still on the first one, the sum of sales,
Okay.
but I'm getting a different
Okay, no problem.
sum.
What you can do is you can just share your screen with me. I'll just help you out with it. You can share your screen.
So
Retry it. Just delete the entire thing. I'll tell you why your values got changed because you have not deleted. I would request you to delete the entire column of the sum of sales.
okay.
No, don't work like that, please. You can just press Control Shift and down arrow. Control Shift and down arrow. Okay, we'll first do the sum of sales. Let's go step by step. Just press delete key. Yes. So just take the first employee, then you can drag and drop for the others. They are asking you to find the sum of sales done by this particular representative. So you can do is equal to sum if. That's the function we use. SUMIF. You can see in the formula bar also it's getting updated simultaneously. If you have difficulty here, you can go there also and click it, no problem. Now you need to know the range. What range you're looking at? You're looking at sales representative range, correct? So go to the
Yes.
sales representative column. Click on that sales rep where it is.
So do I click here or here?
You just click on the first where the main heading is there, sales rep.
This one?
Press shift control and down arrow. Press F4. You're able to see in the formula bar here? Yes. Put comma. What is the range? I mean, you are only looking at first employee, that is Rachna. So just click her name. Put comma. You want to know the sum of sales done by her. Now, can you see the sales column there?
Yes.
Just click there, press shift control down arrow and press F4 to freeze. Close the parenthesis, press enter.
Okay.
You got it? And now double click.
Okay.
You don't have, just go to the right. Yes, double click. You got it for all the employees?
Yes, I think it's right now.
Yes, this is what we were, this is why, to make the formulas dynamic, you need to freeze your, cell referencing. That is why we use absolute and mixed referencing. Now the average also works the same way. Instead of sum if, you have to use is equal to average if. Clear?
Yes, I'll try it out.
Great. Anybody else has any questions?
Could you redo control if again count of sales again, please?
Count of sales, is it?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So here you put equal to, and the function that we use to just know the count of the items sold by that particular employee. So you just count if is equal to count if, open your parenthesis. What is your range? Your range is only the sales representative here. Okay, freeze it. And just one criteria you have, that is for this particular sales employee, and there you go, you get the count of sales. Here they're not asking you the average of total sales or sum of the sales done. You just want the count of sales. So here you need not take the sales values. You just want to know how many items have been sold by this particular employee. It just counts the total items sold by that particular employee.
Ma'am,
We
I don't
don't
see your
see.
screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll redo that with you. I apologize. Okay. So we only want to know the total count of the items sold by that particular sales representative, right? So you use count if. We use count ifs only when there is a multiple criteria, but you can only use, because we only want to know for one particular employee. What is the range? What are you looking at? The sales representative, correct? So you just have to go to this particular column, select it, freeze the rows and columns, and just click on what's the exact employee you're looking at. That's your range. Clear? Anybody having doubts? Please feel free to clarify.
Ma'am, what was the third criteria after average of
Sorry.
sales?
Average of sales is the same thing as sum of sales, what you have done. So you want to know the average of the sales representative, the criteria, and the sum of sales. You need to take the last. What is the sales value done for each product? So you just highlight that and press F4. Would you want me to retry this with you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
It's the same thing what you've done for sales, but instead of the sum, we are using the function called average. So what is her average sales done? So you use this particular formula called average if. Okay. And then what is your first thing that you're looking at? The range. You're obviously looking at the sales representative. Freeze the rows and panes by, pressing F4. Then what is your criteria? You're looking at this particular employee. And here you can see in the syntax, it will give you, you need one more value. What is the average of the range you are looking at? So it is a sales done by the employees. And again, press F4, you will get the average of sales.
Yes, perfect.
And once you use this kind of a dollar sign, that is when it will work for the other sales representatives down, because your formula gets dynamic. So this is the importance of, referencing that we were talking about. Okay. Would you like to try the maximum and minimum of sales?
Yes.
Okay. So here in max and min, certain Excel features have been changed. So for max and min, we will use max ifs and min ifs. Is that clear? You want to know what is the maximum of the sale done, correct? You want to know the maximum value, maximum of the sales done by that particular employee. Okay. Are you able to view my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Not anymore now.
Okay,
Wait,
okay.
yes,
Now?
again. Yes.
Okay, so you want to know the maximum amount that he has sold or she has sold. So only for max and minimum, you have to use max ifs or min ifs. Okay, So what is the maximum range? What is the first range you will look at? You're looking at the sales value here, maximum of the sales. So you need to click on this particular column and freeze this. Okay. Then what is the criteria thing? The first criteria you're looking at the sales representative also. And then what is your range? That is for this particular employee. Oh, I'm sorry. Just are you able to view my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the maximum range? Okay, then you're finding out for the sales representative. That should be your next thing. And that particular employee that you look at. There you get the max of sales. Are you able to view my screen? Are you able to get that?
Yes. I'm trying it now.
So only for maximum, to know the value of maximum of sales and the minimum value of sales done by that particular employee, you have to use max ifs and min ifs. So here there is a slight change. You're looking at the sales first. So you will have to choose the sales value first, freeze it, and then look at the sales representative, and then you need to take the particular criteria range of that particular sales representative. Anybody having difficulty in this? Any doubts?
Trying now.
You want to share your screen? Is it clear? Can hear some background voices. Can you please mute? Is it clear? Any doubts?
It worked.
It worked?
Yes.
So the minimum of sales also is the same way. You just have to use minimum MINIFS, minifs, okay? And the same thing, you want to know the minimum sales value done by this particular employee. I request please mute. There is some kind of a background. And then you need to choose your sales representative and freeze it, and then choose that particular employee, and you will get the minimum value of sales done by that particular employee. So she has done 400. 400 is the minimum amount of sales done. Minimum value of sales and maximum value of sales. These both you need to use max IFS and min IFS. Anybody has a doubt?
I'm trying it now.
Okay. Any doubts? Are you all trying? Are you all getting it?
So if I understand it correctly, the important thing is to have the data, the original data you need in one column and refer to that particular column and table.
Yes, it also depends on what they are trying to ask you. Now, when you need the sum of sales for one particular employee, there the first thing that you'll be choosing is the sales representative because you're looking at sales representative, and then you will choose that particular sales employee, and then you will choose the sum of sales. But when it comes to maximum and minimum, you want to find out the maximum value of sales and the minimum value of sales. So there you need to take the sum of the sales first and then take the sales representative and then choose that particular employee. And that will give you the maximum and minimum value of the sales done by that particular employee.
Okay.
Clear? Does anybody have any other doubts? This brings us to the end of session for today. I hope it was helpful.
Yes.
Very helpful.
Thank you so much. You've been a wonderful audience, but it all comes with practice. So, don't leave it.
It
Yes, yes, I can hear
it
someone.
it doesn't work for me. Could
It
you?
doesn't work? Okay, okay.
Yes.
I will stop sharing. You can please share your screen and I'll help you through it.
So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong,
It's
but
okay.
I'm getting value.
It's great. You're still trying. Um, so, you're doing first, you want to do the max of sales? As I said, for max and minimum, you have to use max ifs. Okay. Open the parenthesis. Here you need to choose the sales first. You want to know the maximum value of sales. So that's your criteria one.
Yes. Four.
Put the dollar sign. Next, you choose the sales representative column.
Oops.
No, no, no. There. You should not choose it here. You should go to the original data.
Oh, okay. Um,
You'll have to take it from the original data. Otherwise, you'll get the value errors. Control Shift and press down. Freeze it. Put F4. And then just choose that particular sales representative name. Just click on that cell. Yes, and close the parenthesis. There
okay.
you go, you got it. And just double click it and you get the values for the others also. The same way, like max of sales you have done, you just want to find out the minimum, use the same formula is equal to min ifs, and the same way what you did, you will get this. Clear?
Yes. Thank you.
So it was wonderful having you all. I see very enthusiastic and you pay a lot of attention to details, and I'm sure you'll do wonders. So just keep practicing this, and if you have any doubts, please feel free to reach out to my email ID. I will just share it. And you can keep practicing this. Should you have any doubts, please feel free to get back to us. And for certificates, as we said, you need to fill these forms and also share the Google page review. So thank you all once again. I don't want to take much time, and you can also have your quick breaks before the next session. You've been a great audience. Thank you so much. It was pleasure having you all.
Um, yeah, I wanted to ask something about the
Yes, yes,
certificate. So
yes.
I followed all three of the seminars from yesterday, and I'm gonna
Great.
do the same today, but I can only select one of the certificates, and every time I try to refill the form, it just gives me the option to edit it.
I'll just check with my backend team on this. Ganguly, are you there?
No. So what you have to do is you have to select. So for example, if you are selecting for Excel, you can mention it as MS Excel, and maybe you can use a different Gmail ID. You try doing it for Python if you are attending Python, and also same goes to Power BI as well. You can do it on another email ID with the Power BI as well. All right, so that may
Okay.
be helpful. Otherwise, again, you can write back to us if you're not getting certificate. Certificate would be dispersed maybe the coming week, right? So you can drop us a mail. Yeah, same problem, Nadisha. Yeah, yeah. So that we have addressed it, right? You can use different email IDs, different Gmail IDs if possible.
Okay, then I'll try a different email ID then. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, yes, definitely. And I would look forward to hear some of the, stories or how you find our programs in the Google page review as an attendee, how you find your programs. I go to see that many of you have given, but still a large population, they are not giving any feedback or any reviews. This will definitely help us. This will definitely motivate us to take up this kind of sessions. So I would request everyone, please share your honest review, honest feedback. We'll be happy to take it. Giovanni, you would like to add anything? Please, over to you.
Yes, all right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ganguly. Also, Sheetal, thank you very much for today. Yes, I would also like to thank everyone who has joined this session, and I'm also looking forward on what your thoughts on are about these sessions. But also important is that we would love to know what you are looking for. If you're looking for some certain type of competency based skills, let us know and we can see how we can support you in that. So, once again, thank you very much. I hope to see you on the next session also. And from here on, Sheetal, I wish you a very good weekend.
Thank you
And
so much. Thank you for empowering us for these sessions. It would not have been possible without you. Thank you again.
thank you. Thank you also. The same goes to you because the sessions are very, very well informed. And thank you also for your patience and explaining everything. I really love that.
Thank you.
And I hope the others share the same as well.
The audience has been wonderful, and thank you
Thank
all
you very
again.
much.
Thank
Yeah,
you again. Yes.
indeed,
Have a
indeed.
good day. All the best.
Thank you. All right.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone.
Thank
Bye
you so
everyone.
Bye.
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Thank you.